online. We done with the 80s and we done with the 90s.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah, boy.
It's the lamest, the most corniest thing I've ever seen.
I'm not really trying to get on my Clint Eastwood shit, but
it's some loser that got on. I seen it on TikTok. I don't know where it started.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah,
but he's
I seen
going
it
back
TikTok,
to old 1980s games and 1990s games and cherry picking. Like, say they'll miss a shot of
calling out the game. Yeah, how it was played.
It's trash.
Yeah,
we done with the 80s. We done with the 90s. Basically saying the 80s and 90s NBA was garbage compared to what we got now.
Okay, listen.
And I seen somebody there because they were talking about Jordan or that Kyrie better than Jordan on the scale of, you know what I'm saying, highlights and shit like that.
Okay.
And they started another trend. Hold on. They started another trend. Jordan didn't have a left hand. I don't get it, man.
Left. Yeah, never went to his left.
I don't get it. Okay. Somebody put out an 8-minute video of him going nothing but left. Like, what are y'all talking about, man?
Okay, it's okay. Can I try to Ian? What you got?
Before y'all get to it, another thing popped up for questions. People arguing about LeBron championships with how many?
4. Yes, 4 championships
with 3 organizations,
3 different teams.
Yeah.
Versus Jordan 6 championships
with the Bulls.
They saying like a lot of people saying like LeBron's. You know, they debating on which ones is
spectrum.
Great.
It's winning with multiple organizations versus winning that many with one.
With one. So that's always an
another
argument.
one.
Okay. But to the 80s and 90s spectrum, this is what I see. Salute to the young kids for actually doing some fucking research, because we always.
It's not research. They're trolling. It's not research, man.
Damn, man.
It's not research. They're trolling.
Okay. All right. Let's start again. Shout out to the kids for at least trying. Shout out to the kids for at least trying to do some fucking research, because we all as old heads. Hear me out. Just let me talk.
They got him. They got him, Dan.
No. Because us as old heads, we do come at the young kids. I be trying to play both sides, but y'all didn't want to let me do it. We got to get niggas some credit for doing some fucking research. Because as old heads, we call them the dumbest motherfuckers ever.
That's true. I get that.
Not to cut you off, but the problem is that you can do your research, but at the same time, if you're not doing your research without no facts and using your facts,
go ahead, man.
The thing is, these young kids are watching old footage with today's sensibilities. That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah, that's the second point I give you. I give you that. Yep.
So if you're looking at Michael Jordan, those things, and you're comparing it to the game you only know, it's different.
Which that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Us as older people, we live through that. So we see the evolution, and hopefully us as older people can respect the evolution. But I think that's where the disconnect is coming from. You're looking at young people watching. You think you got people who watching Wemby and Chet play today. They're seeing creative players who made the creative players play. That's what these niggas is watching. And then now you go back to 90, 93 Bulls, Knicks.
Or David Robinson and Hakeem Olajuwon.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that's what it is. They don't understand the game. They don't understand the de-evolution of the game, or the game was at that time. Because the 3-point shot was not relevant. It wasn't what it is today. So everything was, 3 and in inside the 3-point line. So the game was predicated on mid-range, things of that nature. I saw one nigga breaking down Sean Kemp. He hit like a mid-range shot, and it was like Sean Kemp from deep. And they was like, that ain't from deep, but the kids are using today's sensibilities.
For him, that was downtown, because he didn't live out in the perimeter like that. So for him, it was downtown.
So I wish, I don't know how we can try to help educate the kids to understand that.
Oh, I help educate them real fast. Like we said prior to offline, I had to go in an argument with a bunch of them because I work at a school, so that I had to hear all. I'll be like, listen. Y'all got to understand the game came from somewhere. It had to start somewhere. And I said, one, I can't let y'all disrespect the era I grew up in. That's the first thing. So I can't I can't let you disrespect. And then they had the nerve to argue with me that Draymond Green was better than Larry Bird. I said, listen, we can't be disrespectful like this. There's a line that we have to draw with things of this nature like that. We can't do this.
One thing we got to do with players from the past. If we're gonna bring them to today, we must put them through today's training, this, that, and the other. So let's just take Larry Bird. Say if we take Larry Bird then, and we seen him
you gotta
on
say
winning
Prom Larry
time.
Bird, yeah.
And think of his mentality, how he was on winning time. He'd been like the most nastiest white dude we'd ever see. It would just been an outside game. You know what I'm saying? He would have been he would have been like Dirk and everything on steroids. I think Dirk was the closest thing, but then we use today's game. That motherfucker been shooting that bitch 2 steps over the fucking half court as a white boy, especially a white boy with no athleticism. You know what I'm saying?
That's Luka. Respectfully, that's Luka Doncic. But
yeah.
That's what I've always said about the game.
Sneaky,
Like, whereas
sneaky athleticism, but yeah.
You could take players today, but if you take players from back in the day, Oscar Robertson, Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West or whatever, and give them, and that's my argument that I always say to young folks, whatever, give them the same advance, you give them the same metrics, the same advancement, the same training, and the same, basically seeing how the game is right now, they'll be doing the same shit. Yep. It's just it wasn't there at that time, so that's why that's one thing that I don't like to compare eras.
Raw talent, they just had this shit.
Yeah, you can see like
yep, Kenny, good point. That was literally what I was about to say, because today's athlete, if you look at it in the spectrum of how the game is played now, it's all about wingspan potential. We're gonna get with you at this early age. We're gonna pay. We're not gonna go get somebody older. We're going to get somebody younger that we can kind of mold into their game and see the wingspan. We'll let the potential ride out. Back then, you had specialists because, like you said, the game was different. That's what I tell everybody. They always talk, well, if they play down, they play. Listen, y'all got the advantage now because of the technology, like you guys have been saying, the technology, everything. But the mentality of the old dogs, these young jokers, they don't have that mentality. The mentality is a whole other
taught themselves how to play basketball.
They have it, man.
It's gonna sound funny, but put Bill Russell with today's advancements, I guarantee you he'll be a oomped up Draymond Green.
Yes.
Probably more than that.
That's my other thing.
Like I said, a oomped up Draymond Green. I'm telling you,
especially being around this generation and knowing how they operate. Kobe's mentality. Oh my! If Kobe's man, God rest his soul, if he was still alive. Kobe's mentality, because they still talk about the Mamba mentality to this day, and they try to imitate that. They don't. None of them have it. None of them have respect. None of them have it. None of them have it.
Jason Tatum's trying. He's trying,
but none of them have it. Yeah, they try to emulate it, but they try to emulate it, but they in Michael Jordan's competitiveness. That's another, his will to win and things of that nature. They talk about doing it, but they can't do it.
Nobody got. I'm sorry to cut you off, but ain't nobody got that dog and to be no asshole.
Exactly.
You know
yeah. So going back, this trend of we done with the 80s and 90s, and Jordan don't have no left hand and all that. All y'all are corny. I blame Nick Wright.
I agree with that.
I blame Nick Wright.
I agree with that.
That shit's man. They trying, man. They trying.
Now you know what? Now thing is,
that's his whole gimmick, Nick Wright. It's trash Jordan. It's come on, man.
Damn, man.
What? It is.
Damn, man. You got to start taking these moments to just crush people in the media, man.
Chris Broussard, he smoked him the other day. I got to find that clip, but he smoked Nick Wright.
I didn't see that.
I got to find that clip.
I didn't see that.
Who's on Dion's shit list? That's Nick Wright. That's fucking Joe.
Man, I'm just calling it like it is, man.
Who else Dion just don't give no credit to?
A lot of corny stuff going on out here, man. Jordan had no left. Man, y'all are stupid, man.
Don't talk about Jordan.